All right, last week we learned about Jasper Johns and his ability to take something that we are familiar with and put it in and paint it in a different way that we can look at it in a different direction. So today we are going to paint all the white parts that are around our alphabet. You're going to use this kind of a paint. This is called watercolor, and you kind of have to use it similar to how we've used the tempera cakes. You tickle the paint, and I want you to think about the color of your letter and a color that will make that stand out. So if I have a yellow letter, I'm going to think about maybe a dark purple or a dark blue, and I'm going to paint the space around that letter with my watercolor paint. You're going to go kind of around the letter first. You can decide how much you want to paint around the letter. You might want to paint a little bit more if you really like that color. You want to paint a little bit less. If I want it to be a little bit darker, I just use a little bit more paint, and I can go back over it with some more paint and fill in the spaces around the letter. Now, if I have another yellow that I want to maybe paint around, maybe I can go over here and do this one with some purple too. I can go around some of my other letters that I have purple. And you notice how that yellow really just stands out with the purple right next to it. Makes it really bright. Now when I'm finished with that color, I always give my brush a bath, rinse it out in your water with some circles, and then you can switch to a different color. Now this one's green, so I'm going to want to think of a color that will make my green stand out. Maybe orange, maybe some red. I'm going to tickle this orange right here. I'm just going to start painting my green. Well, not on my green, but I'm painting around the green. Filling in those spaces around my letter. However you feel looks nice. You might decide that's enough of the orange. I don't want to paint any more orange, but maybe you have a little space down here that you think the orange would look nice. That way I don't have to rinse my brush out too many times. I kind of like how that triangle looks. I'm just going to leave that space white. Maybe I'll paint that in a different color. Pay attention to what you're doing so you're getting those ideas as you paint. When you're completely finished, the whole thing is going to be filled in. You might go back and maybe you wanted to add a little bit of a different color on top of another color. Maybe I have this one painted in with this red, and I want to add another color on top of my red. Maybe I can add a little bit of purple. If I add a little bit of purple, that kind of looks nice. Maybe I want to have some little dots on top of some of my colors. And you can decide how you want to have that look. And then when the whole thing's finished, it will be completely painted in and it'll look really, really cool. Something that you have never seen before with the alphabet.